Cops were called around 5:45 a.m. because someone had stopped in the middle of Beverly Hills Drive, slumped over the wheel of their car. The car was still running.
They're asleep at the light? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
But you ain't lived till you got arrested in Beverly Hills, okay?
Hey, I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I've been praying to God to send me a man, and in January, he went ahead and sent me 4 in uniform, the police officers.
I partied all night. I'm about to party some more.
Tiffany Haddish has been in denial for too long, and now it's costing her career. She has been drinking her days away and driving recklessly under the influence. Tiffany has ruined several of her shows and was even booed off stage after a drunken tirade. Tiffany Haddish has her problems and she is going through it. So let's get into it. If you aren't subscribed to the Let's Get Into It podcast, then you're only getting half the tea. For longer videos, deep dives, and of course, more of me, subscribe to the Let's Get Into It podcast listed in the description below. When I first saw Tiffany Haddish, I was excited because she was funny, but then we got to know her a little bit further and we saw a darker side to her comedy. On top of that, fame wasn't very helpful in her personal life and has pushed her into a downward spiral. So we're going to be talking about how Tiffany Haddish has been clearly struggling with addiction and how some of her past moments aren't that funny. Now, you guys know I don't have a lot of empathy for people who get DUI charges just because, I'm sure you know someone who's been harmed in this kind of setting or have put another person at risk for selfishly driving while drunk, especially when nowadays we've got Uber, Lyft, have your choice. In 2022, Tiffany was charged with a DUI after she was arrested for a second time for falling asleep behind the wheel. And the car wasn't actually moving, thank God, but it was blocking the road. It was just stopped in the middle of the street and she was passed out. TMZ reported that Tiffany was in her stopped car in the middle of Beverly Drive, apparently slumped over the wheel while the car was running. She apparently performed at the Laugh Factory, which is right up down the street in West Hollywood, and I guess maybe she got a little too drunk while working and hanging out, and she decided to try to drive home. One thing about DUIs is they don't necessarily hold you if no one was hurt, so she went to jail that day, but she was then released. She was actually arrested at 5:40 in the morning. It was really early. I don't know when she was driving, how long she was asleep in the middle of the street. This person tweeted, "I knew she had a drinking problem years ago when she hit on me at Star Bar." Ooh.
And it says that actress was not involved in an accident, but cops were called around 5:45 a.m. because someone had stopped in the middle of Beverly Hills Drive. Apparently, this person was slumped over the wheel of their car. And yes, the car was still running. And this is an image of her seen here from TMZ, literally being handcuffed and arrested. Lord. Now, TMZ is stating that when the cops arrived to the scene, Tiffany Haddish had been arrested peacefully after she had been arrested, and we're told that she was cited for a DUI and released later that day. She had performed at the Laugh Factory in West Hollywood Thursday for the club's 43rd annual free Thanksgiving feast for the community.
Now, I don't know exactly how long she was held in jail, but she had some gigs coming up and she was committed to them. And she did show up. Actually, one person at one show decided to ask her about the arrest. And of course, she's going to make a joke of it. She is a comedian, but it kind of rubs people the wrong way. Someone asked Tiffany, "What happened last night?" And she said, "You tell me. I had prayed to God, someone send me a man with a job, career, preferably in a uniform, and I answered all my prayers." So she's joking that she actually wanted a cop to show up.
What happened last night? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. I prayed to God to send me a man with a job, preferably in a uniform. God answered my prayers. Because God leads me, and they will fuck something up. Them motherfuckers be so hard. And I was hitting on them too. I was like, "Ooh, don't bend over."
Comic Tiffany Haddish told the audience how she now had a driver after a pair of DUIs.
It's important for my fans, and for the people that come every single year to be genuine and honest and let them know that, hey, I'm a human being. I'm not perfect, and I make mistakes.
A mistake is a mistake if you've done it once, but if you keep on doing it, it is a pattern. She was arrested in early 2022 in Georgia under very similar circumstances where she was asleep at the wheel on a Georgia street. Officers received a call around 2:30 a.m. about a driver who allegedly fell asleep on Highway 74. Once the police showed up, she was clearly drunk, so they intervened and arrested her. And even though it's kind of a sad moment, she looks rather happy. Like almost too happy. This was her first DUI. If I ever found myself, God forbid, I would never do this, but if I ever found myself arrested, you guys know, I would be like red eyes, looking so sad, like, please help me. Not smiling my way through it. But after Tiffany was arrested, she had a difficult few weeks that included 4 deaths in her personal life. Her grandmother, her pet dog, her close friends Bob Saget, Trigger, and Carl Gregg. Tiffany said that she was just so sad because she's had some losses. I'm very emotional. I've been crying a lot because that's my heart. My dog was my heart. The other people who passed, you know, they were my rocks. They had my back. I mean, they taught me a lot, so I lost the physical, but I'm sure I've got them in the spiritual, which that makes me really sad because like I haven't had that much death happen in my life yet, and you know, you never know how you're gonna cope with it. Quote, I don't know how I'm gonna cope with it, but yeah, I feel like I'm definitely gonna spiral when one of my parents die. I mean, I can't even imagine.
They're asleep at the light? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Today, cops released the 911 calls and transmission recordings that led to her arrest. It happened in Peachtree City, Georgia, near Atlanta. Police radio sent out an alert.
The driver appeared to be asleep at the wheel.
Police made a traffic stop as she was pulling into the yard of a residence. The Girls Trip actress reportedly refused to take a breathalyzer test. She was placed under arrest, and smiling for her mugshot, she was booked on a charge of driving under the influence, specifically marijuana.
Ms. Haddish was cooperative, cordial with the officers, but they did observe some things about her behavior that made them concerned that she was intoxicated. She was quite cooperative, but ultimately did get arrested for driving under the influence.
Instantly, if I'm pulled over, I feel like I go into like crying mode, which is like not the thing to do, because I remember one time like years ago, I was pulled over for going like literally 7 miles over the speed limit. Like Virginia was so strict, and I instantly started crying. So he thought I was like guilty of other things, and I'm no, I'm just so scared of police because like, I mean, you guys know police. You know, we're not going to go there, but like, you know, black people have issues with the police. I would argue that gay people also have issues with the police. So like, I have my own like mindset where I'm like, oh no, like this is it for me. So police really do scare me. But Tiffany's made a lot of jokes about this. Specifically on the Ellen DeGeneres show, she said, I've been praying to God to send me a man. In January, he went ahead and sent me 4 in uniform. Yeah, they were police. They've got good benefits and everything, so I can't even be mad. She says, yes, and I did get charged with a DUI, which stands for dumb, unfortunate incidents. Well, at least she knows that it is dumb. So at least she recognizes that part.
I've been praying to God to send me a man, and in January, he went ahead and sent me 4 in uniform. They were the police officers. They got good benefits and everything, so I can't even be mad. I did get charged with the DUI, which stands for dumb, unfortunate incident. Still cute, looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that into an NFT.
You know, DUIs can truly ruin your life, but Tiffany has tried to be positive about this, even going on Jimmy Fallon and saying, well, now she's got some good lawyers, which I'm sure she does, because if she wants to protect her career and her reputation, she kind of needs this to go away.
Can you talk about anything that happened or want to talk about it or no?
Well, I can say this, Jimmy.
Okay.
I've been praying to God to send me a new man, a good man. And God went ahead and sent me 4 in a uniform. I wasn't expecting it. I was not expecting that at all. And now I got a really great lawyer, and we're going to work it out. And I got to get my asking of things to God a little better.
Yeah, we're going to be a little clearer.
Okay, this like, you know, praying for a good man and the God sent me 4. It's giving very much like the Lady Gaga where she's like, there's 99 people in a room, 100 people in a room, and 99 don't believe in you, but just 1 does, or something along those lines. Like, okay, girl, the joke is getting old. Like, it's actually not even funny. And plus, it's giving, I don't know, I feel like comedians are a little bit more witty than like constantly repeating the same thing. But ultimately, Tiffany pled not guilty to her DUI charge. These charges in particular stem from her arrest in Beverly Hills, so she claims she's not guilty for that. But if you are drunk and you are behind the wheel, if the keys are like not in the lockbox, you can be charged with DUI because it's like intention to operate a vehicle. So the fact that she was in it and it was running, I mean, if she like slept in her car and put the keys in the glove box, from my understanding, from the state I grew up in, you would be then protected from a DUI because you're just now sleeping in your car and you had no intention of driving because the keys are in the glove box. But clearly that wasn't her case. As far as Georgia, she has to submit to random drug tests, which I don't know if she's based out here in California or Georgia, but random drug tests, that sounds very inconvenient for someone who's traveling and working so often. She also has to stop drinking alcohol, which personally, if I was arrested with 2 DUIs, I think I would know that at that point. Actually, it's been over a week since I've consumed alcohol, which is the longest I've gone since college. So very proud of that. It's little steps. I'm trying to go as long as I can just because alcohol, it can ruin your life. And she's not allowed to take any drugs, not even CBD. So they're telling her, you know, you have to be completely sober and even your prescription drugs have to be monitored. Now, because of these arrests and because of her cancellation for those really pervy scenes that we've covered in the past video, people were recognizing her spiral. But Tiffany addressed the speculation that she's doing just fine. She's woke. There's no spiral here. She's in full control.
I got nothing but love for all of you, even the people that think I'm spiraling out. Ain't no spiral here, honey. Just some cleaning. Guys cleaning house and woke me up. Time to wake up. She woke. Ooh, she woke. And it feels so good. And look, and if you thought I was in jail, I'm not in jail. I'm in paradise on earth.
Now, Tiffany might be acting like she doesn't have a problem, but there is one. And during her Christmas special, she decided to joke more about it. And honestly, her jokes kind of fall flat because, like, she wasn't even in jail for a long time. But Tiffany raves about the beautiful Beverly Hills jail, juice, maxi pads, and naps. Which really, Tiffany, you weren't even there long enough to be taking a nap unless you really were that drunk that when you arrived, you just passed out. She said, I know I'll be all right. I've been through way worse than this. She said, I'm sorry, but you ain't lived until you got arrested in Beverly Hills. It's beautiful over there. I've been in quite a few jails. And if you're going to do something, I'd say get arrested over there because that jail is nice. She claims that she was offered juice and food. They had all the amenities, which honestly, like living like 7 minutes away from Beverly Hills, I kind of get it. Like they do act a certain way over there, so I wouldn't be surprised if their jails are very cushy. Also wouldn't be surprised if the police is as corrupt as the LAPD.
But you ain't lived till you got arrested in Beverly Hills, okay? Hey, it's beautiful over there. I've been in quite a few jails. Just like the rest of y'all. I can tell some of y'all been in jail. I still smell jail. If you gonna do something, I say get arrested over there because that jail is nice. Is they here to pick me up again? They're not here for me. That's my firefighter boyfriend. He's stalking me. But that job was nice. It's so clean. The food, I didn't eat. I was fasting. It was nice. I gave me one of the fleece blankets that you get in like first grade or something, you know, to take a nap on. And I did that. I took a nap. It was beautiful.
Tiffany does go on to provide some excuses saying that they forget I'm a black woman working in this business and they think that people want to work on holidays because, I mean, this incident that she was arrested on Beverly Hills, that was Thanksgiving. We see her now working here during Christmas time. She says the driver doesn't want to drive on holidays and she doesn't want to get someone else to drive her. So that's kind of why she ends up in this place. But, you know, granted, I don't think you have to get drunk at work. It's not like a requirement. She said, I might have to stop showing up. I'm showing up this year, but next year I might because I'm famous. A lot of other famous people get DUIs, but you never see them on the news. I was on the Korean news, girl. I didn't know I crossed over. So she's saying I'm a white white girl famous with black girl problems. Despite Tiffany acting like everything is okay, her friends and family are concerned. Tiffany's friends and family are concerned about the comedy star after her DUI arrest. They're worried that Tiffany's real feelings are being hidden behind a fake smile after she poked fun at the incident during her stand-up gig less than 24 hours later. She said, "We love the fact that she can move on from this and turn this life situation into part of her comedy routine, but we are concerned." They continue, "It seems weird to me. You'd think that someone would have a driver in that situation. This is tough because there's nothing anybody's going to say to take away that this is her second offense." Which I also want to add, I don't know how comedy works necessarily. I don't know how, keen the club is on having Tiffany there. I don't know if they really, really want her there, but you could negotiate in your contract that the club itself provides you transportation. Also, I don't know if she could use Uber, but I know people do Uber on the holidays. She could get the luxe one, the nice one if it needs to be nice.
Tiffany Haddish's friends are reportedly concerned about her following her recent DUI arrest. A source close to Tiffany talked to Page 6. They say Tiffany likes to drink and have a good time, but her friends are noticing that she is drinking way more around the holidays. "We think that she may be lonely and hiding behind a fake smile." The source continues saying, "It's surprising because she has worked so hard to get to where she is. She has always spoken about her hardships, about being broke, homeless, and living in her car, but now that she has found the success she has always dreamed of, new demons are coming to the surface in the form of alcohol." I think it's normal for friends and family to be concerned after something like this happens, but it's always interesting when they go to the media.
Now, this story would be different if Tiffany started, getting better after these incidents. But then we saw her at the VMAs, and she says that she was too drunk and moving aggressively, and clips of her chasing down Shakira, which I love. Shakira, she's one of my favorites out here. So Tiffany, leave her alone. She actually received criticism for chasing down Shakira backstage at the VMAs. There is also a few different moments where I guess Tiffany was photobombing Shakira while she was taking photos with other people, and I guess online people found distasteful that she was just forcing herself upon this woman.
Shakira! She ain't stopping for you. Shakira, you gotta turn around, baby.
Let's be honest, people. If I saw this woman yelling my name and I had no idea who she was, I would be running too, running as fast as I could. Her response was met with mixed reviews on Twitter, who felt that Tiffany's actions were extra, and users who thought that she was simply enjoying herself. Someone said, "This is your problem. You don't read the room. It's not about you, Tiffany, being popular. You're being called out because you're annoying. LOL, plain and simple. You don't think screaming while following her and ruining her photos is a bit much? Have some decorum, girl." I think the worst part of this is that she later admits that she was heavily inebriated, very drunk. Someone who should not be drunk was extremely drunk at work. And it makes me question if she can work without being drunk. I just made a video about Robin Thicke and how he was on painkillers and alcohol, when he was in the studio. It just seems like everyone has to be on a little bit of something to do this in the entertainment industry, which I don't really understand. I don't relate to that. I mean, I've never really had a drug problem, a little bit of maybe weed, but even that, I can't really interview someone high. So I wonder what about it, if it's something with them not feeling confident with themselves, or maybe it's just the industry itself. I mean, a lot of people use drugs out here, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's just the people they're around use it, so they just kind of get wrapped up into it. Comment below if you have a theory about that. Why do celebrities I know even Wendy Williams, she would be using coke and alcohol, so why do you think they need this to perform? Everyone has diseases out there and addictions, but there's no one at my old corporate job who's sitting there getting wasted so they could build a slide deck. These people are getting wasted so they can be in front of the camera and be okay with it. She said, "I'm sipping on tequila and I don't remember nothing after that. I wake up in the morning and I'm what happened to me last night?" She also claims that she was not chasing down Shakira, she was power walking. And she was moving so aggressively because she just wanted to have a conversation with her. Okay. She also said, I was telling her, like, I would love to get into the Latin market. I would love to, like, even if get on a track with her. Okay, girl. I don't know what Tiffany's talents are. I thought she was a comedian, but I don't think, her and Shakira collaborating really makes sense. But there are also some blind items about her behavior that night, and here is one.
Here's a blind item about Tiffany Haddish at the VMAs. With the way her career is going and the massive lawsuit filed against her, you would think this comic and actress would not get so wasted at such a big public event or make a spectacle everyone is discussing. And again, this is allegedly Tiffany Haddish at the VMAs. And the related headline reads, Watch Shakira try to escape from Tiffany Haddish at VMAs 2023.
Now, at this point, it's giving me cry for help. She's got an issue with alcohol, and she even admits it. She absolutely bombed at a New Year's Eve performance that she had in Miami. She slurred her way through her set, and several of the jokes did not land well, including one about her mother's mental illness and her sister asking for money. Ooh, that is a low blow. Fans began booing and heckling Tiffany as she forgot part of her stand-up routine altogether. She said, "This is weird for me. This is going to be on TMZ," and she claims that she was drinking a bottle of Ciroc vodka and then handing that bottle to a man sitting in the front row. So she's drunk off her ass and making a fool of herself.
Fuck you. This is weird for me. Now this gonna be on TMZ or whatever. They're gonna be like, Tiffany Haddish ate a bag of dicks on New Year's Eve. She was sure. I don't give a fuck. Why don't y'all just move on, get closer? You know? This is crazy. I really want to talk about some stuff, and then it's like I can't remember none of it. Y'all might as well move on closer if you want to. Do whatever the fuck you feel like, because I'm feeling some type of way. I don't even know what you know what? It happened the way it happened. This will probably be the only time you will ever see me like this. Because I'm never doing this again. I mean, I'm going to still do stand-up, but I will never allow myself to be this roll the fuck out. I'm not taking pictures right now, bro.
This person tweeted, Tiffany just bombed her show in Miami. We left in the middle of her set along with a lot of other people. Very disappointed. I hope you are prepared before your next show. Hashtag she not ready. This person wrote, she wasn't funny. It was hard to watch. Her jokes bombed and started asking people in the front row if they had questions. Then she said people are not good at their job every day. So she's having a rough day and this wasn't a good one for her. Which is probably not a great moment on a New Year's Eve special. I mean, people are trying to celebrate and have a good time. Tiffany confronted everyone on Twitter by writing, yes, this happened. She bombed. I wish it was better, Miami. I prayed on it, and I have a strong feeling that this will never happen again. She claims that she partied until 7 a.m. the night before, and she could still feel the alcohol in her system. Girl, let's be real. I mean, she probably was drinking alcohol up until that moment. She was on stage drinking alcohol. So partying till 7 a.m., I believe that part. But it wasn't like leftover residuals during your performance.
I partied all night. I partied not even night. I partied all morning. I went to bed at 7. It's whatever time it is right now, I'm up. Getting ready to do this show tonight. New Year's Eve. I'm about to party. I'm about to party some more. I forget the name of the theater. Damn. Go to my website, TiffanyHaddish.com, where you can find out where Ciroc is still in my system. The party is real, though. The party's gonna be so lit. Get your tickets, TiffanyHaddish.com. New Year's Eve, let's go.
Now, after this New Year's Eve performance, I think she had a major wake-up call, which thank God, because she said that she was going to get some help so she can learn balance and boundaries. And it does seem like she did seek some professional help, which I actually started therapy recently, and I think it's very important. Like, if you have a problem, then go and seek help from an expert. Don't suffer.
Also, Tiffany Haddish, she spoke out yesterday. She said she's currently 46 days sober.
Good.
I'm sharing this only because I think it's time for people to get up and do some work. I put in work. I work every day, all day. I'm allergic to something out here. Some of y'all is lazy bums. I already stopped. I ain't had nothing to drink. Haven't drank in 46 days.
You guys know I do not like Tiffany's performance with that one minor, which we made a video about. I think it's age restriction, which thank you YouTube for doing that. Love when you guys screw me over. But yeah, honestly, oh, this is a little too unbuttoned, isn't it? We wish the best for Tiffany. We don't want anything bad for her. And I'm sure she's funny when she's like, with it. But not a great, reputation to leave, especially when you do want to get hired for big time shows. I mean, nobody wants a New Year's Eve fail. Nobody wants a Thanksgiving, disaster. Nobody wants Christmas chaos. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, sending good vibes to her, and she is sober now, so good for her. And I think being sober is inspiring. Like I told you guys earlier, I've gone 1 week without drinking, which is not a long time, but it is interesting the hold the alcohol has, because I was drinking like every single day. So I hope Tiffany, pulls through, and I hope that she's rewarded for her success. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.